Hi everyone, thank you so much for doing this. I wanted to reach out to students and talk about what they have been going through throughout this pandemic and what uncertainties they have been dealing with. So the first thing that I have seen is that during this pandemic we have seen an increase in anxiety with everyone, whether it's children or adults or even our grandparents, because this was something that was not expected that would happen. Nobody even saw in their wildest dreams that we would have to deal with this kind of situation. Since we were discussing about this, I would like to hear from the students present here that I'm sure you must have also gone through these emotions, and I would really appreciate if you guys would like to share of how you felt that your career path would change, or the vision that you had for yourself might not be the same now after the pandemic that happened.
Hi, so I had a question. I just wanted to ask that since you're a public figure and you've won so many competitions, and I just wanted to know why are you talking about mental health, and what brings you to that topic and how you connected with it?
Well, thank you so much for asking that question. So I would like to take you back to my high school, and I'm sure high school is not an easy time for anybody. So my peers used to really bully me about the way that I looked. I used to be really skinny and I had curly hair, so they made really fun names and they would talk behind my back, and I would get to know about it a day or later. And anybody who comments on your experience, and when you're at that stage in your life, even now, whenever you hear something really bad about your experience, it gets to you. And at that time it did get to me. It really lowered my self-esteem. And then I started educating myself on mental health and how deeply small things can impact you. I mean, if you see it, it was a small thing. Somebody had just commented on the way I look. Now you would sit there and think that how does it matter? You could have just looked over it, not cared about it. But when I started educating myself about all these things, it brought me to a conclusion that there were a lot of insecurities within myself that I had to deal first. And that from there on, I learned to deal with my own anxiety, whatever troubles that I was facing, growing from that version of myself to coming here, that I'm talking about my story, and this is why I want to help all of you out there.
So we don't have an expiration date to whatever is going on. Obviously medical science has done a lot, but still there's this feeling that things will never go back to the way it was. And honestly, personally, it has been challenging to deal with that, because obviously there's a fear whenever we step out of our home, that even for essential things. So how do we deal with that kind of anxiety, nervousness, that okay, if every time I'm stepping out I have a fear of infecting my parents, grandparents, stuff like that. So what do you suggest?
Certain things are within my control. So this is something that even school students learn. So essentially what you do is you draw a big circle, and within that you draw a smaller circle. So what's happening inside the circle are the things that you can control. Write it down. Write down things that you can control. What are those? My thoughts, my actions, the fact that I wear double mask or whatever.
Sanitize myself.
I sanitize myself. After getting back groceries, I make sure that everything is sanitized. I use a vegetable cleaner and everything to clean that. I take a shower the moment I come back from outside. I plan my trips in such a way that I don't have to keep stepping out every day. I probably go just once a week, and most of the things I can call in at home. There's Amazon, there's Big Basket, there's so many things. Similarly, I have to think about the things that are beyond my control. When will this event end? Will it rain today? Is it in my control? So what is the point in engaging or giving energy to something that is not in my control? That drains me. That sucks me dry. That makes me feel so tired and restless, and that creates more anxiety within me.
Thank you so much, Pritha, for doing this. I really, really appreciate you taking time out.
Thank you so much, Aavriti, for doing this. In India, mental health is such a big taboo, and the fact that you are a celebrity and you are a public figure, you are talking about mental health on a public forum, makes all the difference to professionals like us, because we're working very hard to make sure that people open up, because India has the third highest rate of suicide in the whole world. So you doing this makes all the difference, and the fact that you guys came here, showed interest in the topic of mental health means the world, because that shows that our generation is the one that's going to bring the transformation.
It's going to break the cycle.
Mental health and break the cycle. So thank you everybody, and thank you Aavriti.
I was very young that time when I lost my husband in a road accident.
Neighbors would say, "Badmash hogi tabhi chhod diya." These are the words I've heard and my people heard, and they kept nodding. Haan, could be.
They were my own relatives who said that मार ही तो खाया है, थप्पड़ तो हम लोग ने भी खाया है. I saw things have, started changing all around me. It was not the same when he was earlier with me.
Literally killed me inside. Where do I go now? With 20 days child, Pooja, and elder daughter 7 years old.
I used to sleep only 3 hours, and एक हाथ में laptop होता था, एक हाथ में that baby was feeding. We still have lot of labels, divorcee का थप्पा, ये थप्पा, वो थप्पा.
I am Ritika Khatnani, and with my project Unlabeled, I believe I can bring about change. A change by empowering the single parent who provides for their family and get them the rights that they deserve.
Bringing a child up is a responsibility of two, a mother and a father. But when a single parent, be it a mother or a father, is braving it all up and doing it single-handedly, the least as a society you can do is support and respect.
I plan to create support groups for our heroes to highlight their dignity and courage. My aim for our society is to be more inclusive and do away with labels such as widowed, separated, divorced.
Now also we are being labeled like, single woman, maybe. So people do have an extra kind of, like eyes on you.
I'd probably still be able to recollect some stares that other families and women even would give when she would come back late at night.
My inspiration for my project is my mother, my Shiro, who didn't even have half the opportunities that I've had, yet worked extremely hard to provide my brother and I the best life we could have ever asked for. So this one's for you, Ma, and to all the single parents out there raising Supra warriors every day.
I know that I have a mother who has the courage to raise a child better than 100 men.
I think the best compliment that I've received is your mom's done a great job of bringing you up.
We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. I am Pragnya Ayyagari, Miss Supranational, India, a firm believer in the power of sustainability. How to live sustainably is not unknown to us, especially here in India. For generations, we reused and recycled. And we grew up using small buckets of water to bathe and used natural fibers and natural dyes to make our clothes. As a fashion design student, I'm determined to bring these ancient ideas back to our modern way of life. And this is my project Planet A, simply because there is no Planet B. My work has 3 pillars: to educate, to grow the acceptability of upcycled fashion, and to contribute to the national efforts to clean and recycle waste. Fashion is a growing business in India, but there is only little awareness about the negative impacts of the modern fast fashion. My grandmother still proudly wears her impeccable 25-year-old sari that inspired me to spread the word on slow fashion. I visited a fashion school in Mumbai to spread awareness about sustainability and held a fabric collection drive. Using my social media platforms, I conducted a denim drive and together collected all the fabric and donated it to an NGO in Mumbai called Shakti, an all-women team that transformed these fabrics into products made with love.
I'm just hoping that this cause reaches more people and the entire process of upcycling gets better and better.
we were able to set up an exhibition and sell 92 products in less than 3 hours to raise funds for the hands that made them, while explaining consumers the need of sustainability. On a beach cleanup drive with Afroz Shah, an environmentalist and a lawyer from Mumbai, we were able to collect 16,000 kgs of waste from a beach which included 12 kgs of clothes, which were later segregated and recycled. I know fashion industry is also like the largest polluters. When we were cleaning, I mean, you saw the amount of fabric waste, it just ends up.
Like we've talked about these kind of plastics. Like you just take your own containers, for wherever you want to eat, whatever you want to eat. So you make those small changes.
On a plastic collection drive, we were able to gather around 40 kgs to recycle. And on a household collection drive, we were able to collect and recycle around 7,500 pieces of plastic.
That's Tetra Pak.
Paper-based, yeah.
That is Tetra Pak. That's a category by itself. See, they have not even put up the
number. There's no number. It just says recyclable. Earlier, back in the days, there were, rice mills and oil mills where people used to take their own cans and refill it and then go back home. I think they are trying to initiate and introduce that topic once again. This isn't what a lot of people expect when they think of a beauty queen. But I cannot imagine a better way to spend my today than to think of tomorrow. And to me, this is what sustainability means.
In a world that seems to move at a relentless pace, time slips through our fingers like grains of sand. But amidst all of this chaos, there's a treasure that is often overlooked. I am Sonal Kukreja, and I request you to pause. Hit pause, step back, and embrace the pockets of joy that life has to offer. One happy thought can brighten up your entire day. It's those moments of bliss, or pockets, as I like to call them. The past few months felt like a roller coaster for me. There were moments that tested my resolve. Amidst these ups and downs, I've realized embracing those moments of joy is what life is truly about. So whether it's switching up my usual routine to practice yoga or sharing a meal with a loved one, I've come to realize that it's these moments of joy and connection that make life worthwhile.
तो आप लोगों का बेस्ट मोमेंट क्या होता है? सबसे ज़्यादा फन, हैप्पी मोमेंट क्या होता है?
जब हम लोग कम्युनिटी में बैठते हैं तो वो सारी चीज़ों को घर छोड़ मतलब वहीं पे छोड़ के आते और एकजुट होकर मतलब जो हंसी मजाक खेलते फिर जो मस्ती करते हैं तो वो चीज़ों को भूल जाते हैं हम।
गाना गाना इतना पसंद है।
तो गा के सुनाओगे?
गाती है।
In a world where calendars often dictate our days, let's schedule some time for happiness. Let's keep the smile alive. Take a moment, look around, find something that makes your heart sing. Share that smile with a stranger, a loved one, or even yourself. Life is not just about the destination. It's about savoring the journey, the detours, the unexpected laughter that blooms along the way. Let's paint the city with smiles, one small act of kindness at a time. With this, I invite each and every one of you to find and celebrate your own pockets of joy. Let's spread this joy together.
When I was 7, I lost my father in a road accident. For months, I saw my family slowly break down, while my brother and I were forced to grow up. And now, it's been 14 years that we as a family have never spoken about our dad. Till now, our grief remains unresolved. But it doesn't have to be that way for others.
I lost myself. Because I have no support at all.
Why should I go and tell that person? I don't think he'll be able to help me.
If I'm going and meeting a professional, the entire world revolves around that what people will say.
And that's the core of my initiative, Project Brave Hearts. It's about breaking the stigma around the mental health and seeking professional help. Because the bravest thing you can do is to say, I need help.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Help, help!
As the first step in my initiative, I trained myself in CPR and first aid. I conducted workshops in corporates, eventually building a silent army. I knew true healing began with speaking the unspoken. That's why I visited families like mine and helped them break the stigma around mental health.
There is some kind of fear associated when it comes to seeking professional help.
Through Asra NGO, I connected them to grief counselors and watched them slowly find the strength to rise again. But this is only the beginning. I won't stop until every grieving heart knows that there is no shame in seeking help, no weakness in healing. Because true love doesn't end with loss, and neither should we.